Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you my beautiful sister Casey's wedding day makeup look. I'm really excited to share this with you. If you haven't watched part 1, which was the makeup trial, go back and watch that first because then you can see how we changed some of the products for the final look. So I started the look by prepping the skin with Kogendo cotton pads and micellar water. Then I hydrated the face using CAUDALIE Beauty Elixir spray. Next, I prepped Casey's lips using MECCA Cosmetica Lip DELUCIOUS, and then I massaged DERMALOGICA Active Moist Moisturizer into her skin. It was such a hot day, so we had to use products that were going to really make this makeup look last. So now I'm just applying Illuminating Primer by Tom Ford, and Vanessa's in the background from the Bridal Hair Co. finishing off Casey's hair. So I did the skin last for this look because it was so hot and we didn't have air conditioning in the room. I started with Casey's brows. So I'm brushing them up here and then I'm using KEVYN Aucoin's brow pencil in the shade Brunette. And Casey did want more fuller brows than the bridal trial, so I went back in with Anastasia's Pro Eyebrow Palette in medium brown. And I'm just filling them in a little bit more in this shot. And I'm using her eyebrow duo brush, which is a great tool to have in your personal or in your makeup kit if you're an artist. Now I'm just sharpening up her brows using Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer. And then I'm going to prep the eyelids using Tom Ford's Cream Colour for Eyes in the shade Pink Haze. And I'm just applying that with my fluffy brush, the 217 from MAC Cosmetics. Applying it all over the lid, and this is going to be our base colour because we've chosen to do that really soft metallic pink eye for the wedding look. So now I'm just going to curl Casey's lashes using Charlotte Tilbury's Lash Curler. And as she says, it is like a push-up bra for the lashes. I really love this tool. It works wonders on really straight eyelashes. And now I'm just going to give Casey's eye shape some shading by using that really matte brown shade, and I'm pulling that underneath the eye as well because we want it to be a little bit more punchier than the trial. Now I'm just highlighting the inner eye and under the brow bone. And so once I've popped that all on, I'm just going to blend out those edges using my MAC Cosmetics 224 makeup brush. It doesn't have any product on it, so just going to soften those edges. And now we're coming in with Tom Ford's Disco Dust Eye Quad. And so this is going to be the Hero Quad. We didn't use this in the trial, but it was one of Casey's favourite products that I used on my client Peter Murgatroyd. So I said that we could just change up her look slightly to reflect her reference. So now I'm just putting a little bit extra highlighter under the brow bone from that same quad. And now for that metallic shade, you actually can just press your finger into it and tap it on the center of the lid. And this is just going to make those eyes pop. I really love the Tom Ford eye quads because of this special shadow they have in all their palettes. So now we're just lining the eyes, and I did switch up my liner. So this is a Tom Ford Eye Kohl, and it is in the shade Metallic Mink. And it's a nice chocolatey metallic brown shade. And I am going to do quite a little bit of liner. So I'm going to do the top lash, I'm going to do the lower lash, and then I'm going to tight line as well. Casey just wanted a little bit more oomph from the trial look. It was quite soft. And we kind of knew we'd go a bit harder on the wedding day, but I'm just going to talk you through how we did those changes. So a little tip here for the makeup artist watching, it's always great for the client to look outwards when you're trying to get that inner eye section lined. Now I'm just going to use the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara, and this is a great mascara for a wedding day because it lasts a long time, it doesn't really smudge, and it won't transfer, especially on the lower lashes. And I'm applying that with my usual MAC fan brush. And now I'm just using my go-to Ardell lashes for wedding days. These are individual lashes and they're not free, and I generally will use a mixture of the medium and the short shades. Sorry, I should say lengths, not shades. Correct me. So I'm just using a hint of black glue on the root of those lashes, and I carefully place them on. Then we come back and we'll curl them a bit later. So now we're going to start on the skin, and I'm just applying a little bit of BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector. just to build that glow up. And then we're going in with Armani Luminous Silk in number 6. And because Casey's got a really low front, we're just making sure that the foundation's pulled all the way down her neck and a little bit on her chest also. You can see how beautiful and glowy it is on that side profile shot. It's always good to make sure you get a little bit of the ear and that back section of the neck as well when you're doing any brides. And I'm using like a nice dense brush and I'm really pressing the product in. It's going to help it last longer. So now it's time to add a little bit of shading to Casey's face, and I'm using Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. I'm applying this product with the Zoeva makeup brush, and I'm focusing on the jawline and the cheek area. I'm putting a little tiny bit on the temples, but we really want to chisel Casey's jaw and cheeks. So once I've popped that on, it is going to need to be blended out really thoroughly. You can see it's kind of sitting there a little bit, so I'm coming back in with my IT Cosmetics makeup brush just to further blend that. And the look's starting to come together now. And we're just going to do the shading on Casey's nose because that's her favourite part of the makeup, apparently, as she tells me all the time. I find this quite funny. And then we're just blending that out. And we're going to come back in and set this in a minute with powder too. It's always good for wedding days to do like a cream product and then lock it in place with a powder product. So now one of my favourite parts of the makeup, we're going to apply the cream highlighter to the tops of the cheekbones. We've switched up the products that we used in the trial, and I've decided to use one of my all-time favourite shades of pink, and it's Hush by MAC Cosmetics, and it's a cream colour base and it just melts into the skin. So that's why I'm using my fingers just to really warm it up and press it in. It's going to look so pretty in the photos. So Casey's wedding was up north in the top of New South Wales. So we flew into Coolangatta and we drove back down to a little town called Casuarina. And the wedding was at a venue called Osteria. And it was a gorgeous, gardeny, vintage vibe. And she had 80 people and lots of family and friends flew in, and it was a really beautiful day. So lots of you were saying that Casey and I look very much alike. Casey's 3 years younger than me. And I definitely think the older that we've gotten, the more alike that we get. The only difference is I'm about a foot taller. So now I'm just going to use Hoola by Benefit, and I'm just bronzing up Casey's skin a little bit more, going over those contours, using my Charlotte Tilbury powder and sculpt brush. And it was such a privilege because I got to do my nan's makeup and my mum's makeup, and that doesn't really happen very often. So to have all my family together was really special. And now I'm just further contouring Casey's nose because I said that's her favourite thing. I'm just making sure it's all blended out. It's really important to come back in with like clean brushes. Really focus on bringing it up to the brow bone. As you can see here, I'm using a Marc Jacobs crease brush, and that's going to really give it a great effect in photos once you pull it all the way up. So lots of blending going on. And once we've finished all the product being seamless and flawless, now we're going to do a little bit more colour work. So I've got the Tom Ford Sheer Cheek Duo in Lavender Lure, and I love this product. Especially if you're doing a pinky kind of look. It's just really soft. You can see it's giving that candlelit glow, but it's kind of like a pinky shade rather than silvery or gold. And so now I'm just doing a little bit of powdering in the T-zone. I'm using MAC Cosmetics Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, and this is in the shade Medium Dark. This is a really natural powder too, so it looks great in photos. So now the lashes are on. I always like to give them an extra curl. Just ensures that they're all kind of like got the same curl to them, because sometimes when you glue them on, you know, they all don't sit perfectly sometimes, so it's just a little tip and trick that I use on my brides. Now I'm just coming in with a bit more mascara, and I just push Casey's natural lashes into the lashes we've glued on a little bit more. And so now we're coming to the final stages, so I'm just giving her a little look and making sure that she's happy with everything. I'm coming back in with that Tom Ford Metallic Mink Eye Kohl, and I'm just going to go over the top of the upper lash line. Because sometimes when you stick the eyelashes on, you might get a little hint of glue, so I just always check that that looks absolutely perfect. And now I'm just coming in and running that into her waterlines. She didn't like that. And we're just enhancing the highlight using Soft and Gentle by MAC Cosmetics, and this is always a winner with brides. I'm applying that with my NARS Kabuki brush. A little bit extra highlight on that brow bone. And we were getting really hot at this point because we were like, oh my god, we're about to go down the aisle very soon and it's boiling hot. But all smiles in the end. So now I'm just dusting on NARS Orgasm Blush for a bit of cheek. And we actually ended up changing the lip. So we used a Tom Ford Pink Dust lipstick in the bridal trial. So we ended up going with Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Lip Pencil. And I absolutely love this shade. The lipstick shade is also beautiful, but we didn't use that with it. I'm going to show you in a moment what we chose. I'm just lining the lips. I'm not overdrawing or anything because Casey wanted a really natural lip. You can always draw all over the lip as well, and it's going to help the lip colour stay a little bit longer for something like a wedding day. And so the winning lip colour was NARS Satin Lip Pencil in the shade Ricochet. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the weirdest name. I can never spell it. I always have to go on the website. But anyways, it's a beautiful pinky nudie shade. It's perfect for a wedding day. And I'm just coming around now with NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard just to tighten up that lip shape. I'm using an IT Cosmetics concealer brush. Now I'm just warming up the skin a little bit more using Tom Ford Bronzing Powder in the shade Terra. And now finally I'm just going over the whole look with the NARS The Finisher brush. And it does just that. It just really finishes everything and makes sure everything is blended and looks seamless. And Casey's just getting a few photos. And I always do that just to check all the shine is matted down. And so now it's my turn, just get a quick touch up. I am boiling and I have Shelley here from the Bridal Makeup Co. and she's just going over my lashes a little bit more. I did get a lash lift from Kristen Fisher Eyebrows for the wedding day and a tint. So it really helped with my eyelashes because they're not the longest, but when you get a lash lift, they do look a little bit longer. And I wanted my hair out, so my hair wasn't finished at this point. I brushed it out. It looks a bit tonged. And there's Casey with my mum and dad and me walking down the aisle, followed by my beautiful sister Casey. So my dress was from Dion Lee and Casey's was from Rachel Gilbert. I hope you've enjoyed this look. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments below. Thanks so much for watching.